Remember words by reading essays. The Artisan's Ascent.
Good morning, everyone. In this lesson, we're going to study an interesting passage titled The Artisan's Ascent. First, please listen carefully to the whole text so that you can get a general understanding of the story and its main idea.
Evelyn was an archetypal artisan, known for her meticulous craftsmanship and creative vision. Her boutique specialized in bespoke jewelry, each piece carefully designed and interspersed with delicate gemstones. Customers adored her work, and her reputation grew quickly. Despite her success, Evelyn faced challenges. Her assistant, a garrulous young woman, often distracted clients with endless chatter, which sometimes frustrated patrons expecting tip-top service. Evelyn learned to buck the pressure and maintain focus, determined to ensure every creation could cut a mustard in the competitive market. Evelyn's keen discernment gave her an impetus to expand her brand. Awards and positive reviews became a tailwind, propelling her forward. Yet, in the early days, she had to scrape together funds from family and friends to launch her first collection. Her success also drew envy. Rival jewelers called her a jinx, claiming her popularity was fleeting. Some tried to tantalize her with petty insults, while others would pry into her business methods, attempting to undermine her confidence. She remained resilient to the negativity, knowing that perseverance would pay off. One winter, her workshop on a precipitous hill experienced a harsh storm. Heavy machinery began juddering, and the lumbering delivery trucks struggled up the slope. Thanks to careful planning and courtesy of her loyal team, they managed to tide over the crisis without losing precious materials. Evelyn's vision was soon recognized globally. Her new collection was slated for an international showcase, and every piece reflected her dedication and artistry. Even when competitors attempted to rebuff her collaborations, she smiled confidently, knowing her work spoke louder than words. Through trials and triumphs, Evelyn faced every obstacle with grace. Her story reminded everyone that talent, resilience, and careful planning could turn even small beginnings into lasting success.
Now, let's listen to the passage again. This time, I will pause from time to time to explain some key vocabulary and important phrases in the text. Please pay attention to how these words and expressions are used in the context.
Evelyn was an archetypal artisan, known for her meticulous craftsmanship and creative vision.
In the passage, the word archetypal describes Evelyn as a perfect or very typical example of an artisan. An archetypal person represents the most classic or ideal form of something. In other words, she shows the qualities people usually imagine when they think about a skilled craftsperson.
Does archetypal mean someone very common?
Not exactly. It means someone who perfectly represents a typical model or ideal example.
So Evelyn is called archetypal because she shows the classic qualities of a true artisan.
Exactly. Her skill, creativity, and dedication make her a classic example of an artisan.
Her boutique specialized in bespoke jewelry.
In the passage, the word bespoke means something specially made for a particular customer. Bespoke items are customized rather than mass-produced. In Evelyn's boutique, each piece of jewelry is designed according to the client's preferences, which makes it unique and personal.
Is bespoke similar to custom-made?
Yes, exactly. Bespoke is another way to say custom-made, often used for high-quality or luxury items.
So her jewelry is special because each piece is made just for one customer.
That's right. Each item is individually designed to match the customer's wishes.
Each piece carefully designed and interspersed with delicate gemstones.
In the passage, the word interspersed means placed here and there among other things. It suggests that something is scattered or mixed in between. In Evelyn's jewelry, delicate gemstones are interspersed throughout the design, adding beauty and variety.
Does interspersed mean the stones are everywhere?
Not exactly everywhere, but carefully placed among other parts of the jewelry.
So the gemstones are mixed into the design rather than grouped in one place.
Exactly. They are spread throughout the piece to create a balanced and elegant look.
Customers adored her work, and her reputation grew quickly. Despite her success, Evelyn faced challenges. Her assistant, a garrulous young woman, often distracted clients with endless chatter.
In the passage, the word garrulous describes someone who talks a lot, often more than necessary. Evelyn's assistant is described as garrulous because she chats constantly with customers, sometimes distracting them.
Is garrulous the same as being friendly?
Not exactly. A friendly person talks pleasantly, but a garrulous person talks excessively.
So it suggests she talks too much.
Yes, that's right. It often implies nonstop or overly talkative behavior,
which sometimes frustrated patrons expecting tip-top service.
in the passage. The phrase tip-top means excellent or of the highest quality. When customers expect tip-top service, they expect everything to be perfect, very professional, efficient, and satisfying.
Is tip-top a formal expression?
Not really. It's a slightly informal way to say something is extremely good or top quality.
So tip-top service means the best possible service.
Exactly. It suggests service that is outstanding and leaves customers very satisfied.
Evelyn learned to buck the pressure and maintain focus.
In the passage, the phrase buck the pressure means to resist or go against pressure or expectations. Evelyn had to buck the pressure to stay focused and maintain high standards despite distractions and challenges.
Does buck always mean to resist something?
Usually, yes. When used in phrases like this, it suggests standing firm against a force or trend.
So Evelyn stayed calm and didn't let stress control her.
Exactly. She resisted the pressure and continued working carefully and confidently.
Determined to ensure every creation could cut a mustard in the competitive market.
In the passage, the phrase cut the mustard means to meet expectations or be good enough for a certain standard. Evelyn wanted every creation to cut the mustard in the competitive jewelry market, meaning each piece had to be excellent.
Is cut the mustard a common expression?
Yes. It's an idiom often used to describe whether someone or something meets a required level of quality.
So if a product doesn't cut the mustard, it's not good enough.
Exactly. It means it falls short of expectations or standards.
Evelyn's keen discernment.
In the passage, the word discernment means the ability to notice or judge things clearly and wisely. Evelyn's keen discernment helped her recognize good designs and business opportunities that others might miss.
Is discernment just about seeing things clearly?
Partly. But it also includes making smart judgments based on what you notice.
So Evelyn could tell which designs would succeed because of her discernment.
Exactly. It's her skill in understanding quality and making wise choices.
Gave her an impetus to expand her brand.
In the passage, the word impetus means a force or motivation that drives something forward. Evelyn's discernment gave her the impetus to expand her brand, meaning it encouraged and pushed her to grow her business.
Is impetus the same as energy or power?
Sort of. It's more about a driving force, either physical or motivational, that causes action.
So her careful judgment acted as a push for her success.
Exactly. Her insight provided the motivation that helped her move forward.
Awards and positive reviews became a tailwind, propelling her forward.
In the passage, the word tailwind is used metaphorically to mean something that helps progress or makes success easier. Positive reviews and awards became a tailwind for Evelyn, giving her momentum in her business.
Does tailwind always mean help or support?
Usually, yes, especially in a figurative sense. Just like wind pushing a sailboat forward. It represents anything that makes progress easier.
So the recognition she received made her business grow faster.
Exactly. The tailwind of awards and praise helped propel her success.
Yet, in the early days, she had to scrape together funds from family and friends to launch her first collection.
In the passage, the phrase scrape together means to gather something, usually money, with difficulty. Evelyn had to scrape together funds from family and friends, which suggests she collected small amounts from different sources to start her business.
Does it mean she didn't have enough money at first?
Exactly. It implies she had limited resources and had to work hard to collect enough.
So, scrape together often shows effort or struggle.
Yes. It emphasizes the difficulty of gathering something little by little.
Her success also drew envy. Rival jewelers called her a jinx, claiming her popularity was fleeting.
In the passage, the word jinx refers to someone or something believed to bring bad luck. Evelyn's rivals called her a jinx, suggesting her success would eventually bring misfortune or fail.
Do people really believe someone can be a jinx?
Sometimes it's said jokingly, but it often reflects superstition or envy.
So the rivals used the word to criticize her success.
Exactly. They tried to suggest her popularity would not last.
Some tried to tantalize her with petty insults.
In the passage, the word tantalize means to tease or tempt someone with something desirable, often without actually giving it to them. Evelyn's rivals tried to tantalize her with petty insults, hoping to provoke or annoy her.
Does tantalize always involve something attractive?
Often, yes. It suggests tempting someone with something appealing or emotionally provoking.
So the rivals wanted to disturb her feelings.
Exactly. They tried to irritate and distract her with teasing remarks.
While others would pry into her business methods, attempting to undermine her confidence.
In the passage, the phrase pry into means to try to find out private information about something. Evelyn's rivals tried to pry into her business methods, meaning they were attempting to discover her secrets.
Is pry into usually negative?
Yes. It often suggests curiosity that is intrusive or not respectful.
So they wanted to learn her secrets to compete with her.
Exactly. They hoped to gain an advantage by uncovering her private strategies.
She remained resilient to the negativity, knowing that perseverance would pay off.
In the passage, the phrase resilient to means able to stay strong and recover quickly when facing difficulties or negativity. Evelyn remained resilient to the criticism from her rivals, meaning their comments did not discourage her.
Does resilient mean someone never feels upset?
Not exactly. It means a person can recover quickly and continue moving forward.
So Evelyn didn't let the negativity affect her work.
Exactly. Her resilience helped her stay confident and focused.
One winter, her workshop on a precipitous hill experienced a harsh storm.
In the passage, the word precipitous describes something very steep or sharply sloping. Evelyn's workshop stood on a precipitous hill, meaning the hill was quite steep and could be difficult for vehicles to climb.
Does precipitous only describe hills?
Mostly it describes steep cliffs or slopes. But it can also describe something that happens very suddenly.
So the hill near her workshop was hard for trucks to drive up.
Exactly. The steep slope made transportation more challenging.
Heavy machinery began juddering.
In the passage, the word juddering describes a strong shaking or vibrating movement. The heavy machinery in Evelyn's workshop began juddering during the storm, meaning it was shaking roughly because of the harsh conditions.
Is juddering the same as a small vibration?
Not exactly. Juddering usually suggests a stronger, rougher shaking.
So the machines were shaking because of the storm.
Exactly. The powerful weather made the equipment vibrate heavily.
And the lumbering delivery trucks struggled up the slope.
In the passage, the word lumbering describes moving in a slow, heavy, and somewhat awkward way. The delivery trucks were lumbering up the steep hill, meaning they moved slowly because they were large and heavily loaded.
Is lumbering only used for vehicles?
No. It can also describe people or animals that move slowly and heavily.
So the trucks struggled to climb the hill.
Exactly. Their heavy weight made their movement slow and difficult.
Thanks to careful planning and courtesy of her loyal team.
In the passage, the phrase courtesy of means because of or thanks to. The team managed to tide over the crisis courtesy of their careful planning and teamwork, meaning their success happened because of those efforts.
Is courtesy of always related to politeness?
Not necessarily. Here it simply means something happened due to a certain cause.
So their good planning helped them solve the problem.
Exactly. Their preparation and teamwork made it possible to overcome the crisis.
They managed to tide over the crisis without losing precious materials.
In the passage, the phrase tide over means to help someone get through a difficult period until things improve. Evelyn and her team managed to tide over the crisis during the storm, meaning they successfully handled the temporary difficulty.
Does tide over mean solving the problem completely?
Not always. It often means dealing with the problem until the situation becomes better.
So they survived the hard moment without losing materials.
Exactly. They managed the situation well until the crisis passed.
Evelyn's vision was soon recognized globally. Her new collection was slated for an international showcase, and every piece reflected her dedication and artistry.
In the passage, the phrase slated for means scheduled or planned for something. Evelyn's new collection was slated for an international showcase, meaning it was officially planned to be presented abroad.
Is slated for formal or casual?
It's more formal, often used in announcements or schedules.
So her collection was definitely going to be shown internationally.
Exactly. Slated for indicates a confirmed plan or schedule.
Even when competitors attempted to rebuff her collaborations.
In the passage, the word rebuff means to reject someone or something in an unfriendly or abrupt way. Evelyn's competitors attempted to rebuff her collaborations, meaning they tried to refuse or block her offers.
Is rebuff stronger than just saying no?
Yes. It often implies a cold or dismissive refusal.
So they didn't want to work with her and showed it clearly.
Exactly. A rebuff is a firm and sometimes harsh rejection.
She smiled confidently, knowing her work spoke louder than words. Through trials and triumphs, Evelyn faced every obstacle with grace. Her story reminded everyone that talent, resilience, and careful planning could turn even small beginnings into lasting success.
All right. Now that we have gone through the important words and phrases, let's listen to the entire passage once more. This will help you reinforce your understanding of both the story and the language used in it.
Evelyn was an archetypal artisan, known for her meticulous craftsmanship and creative vision. Her boutique specialized in bespoke jewelry, each piece carefully designed and interspersed with delicate gemstones. Customers adored her work, and her reputation grew quickly. Despite her success, Evelyn faced challenges. Her assistant, a garrulous young woman, often distracted clients with endless chatter, which sometimes frustrated patrons expecting tip-top service. Evelyn learned to buck the pressure and maintain focus, determined to ensure every creation could cut a mustard in the competitive market. Evelyn's keen discernment gave her an impetus to expand her brand. Awards and positive reviews became a tailwind, propelling her forward. Yet, in the early days, she had to scrape together funds from family and friends to launch her first collection. Her success also drew envy. Rival jewelers called her a jinx, claiming her popularity was fleeting. Some tried to tantalize her with petty insults, while others would pry into her business methods, attempting to undermine her confidence. She remained resilient to the negativity, knowing that perseverance would pay off. One winter, her workshop on a precipitous hill experienced a harsh storm. Heavy machinery began juddering, and the lumbering delivery trucks struggled up the slope. Thanks to careful planning and courtesy of her loyal team, they managed to tide over the crisis without losing precious materials. Evelyn's vision was soon recognized globally. Her new collection was slated for an international showcase, and every piece reflected her dedication and artistry. Even when competitors attempted to rebuff her collaborations, she smiled confidently, knowing her work spoke louder than words. Through trials and triumphs, Evelyn faced every obstacle with grace. Her story reminded everyone that talent, resilience, and careful planning could turn even small beginnings into lasting success.
That brings us to the end of our lesson. I hope this passage and the expressions we discussed will be helpful for your English learning. Thank you for your attention, and see you in the next class.